Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. Well, this is our last session for this week, and we're focusing on my favorite topic, nutrition and food. I love food, but the focus is today on perimenopause, as usual. I have a very special guest with me from India, Mehar. She is one of the leading clinical dietitian. She's a speaker, she's a diabetes educator, and a plant-based wellness consultant. Thank you so much for joining me, Meher.
Yeah, hi Amita. Thank you so much for having all of us connected over here digitally. So, yeah, welcome everybody. We get started and let's see how we can, collect the maximum from this digital get together today. So, yes, as we all know, this phase is inevitable for all the ladies present right here. So, as we are navigating towards our 40s, 50s, 60s, we definitely know that there's a lot of hormonal change happening inside. There's a lot of, you know, decrease in the estrogen levels, and gradually we don't get regular menses, and that's where we head towards menopause. So if this sustains for a 1 year period time, it's definitely menopause. And there are different ways nutritionally one can take care of this. So let's get started. Now there have been a lot of studies, intensive studies, over a very broad spectrum of masses, which have supported the reality, which is that when we head towards menopause, there's first of all a change in the body composition. So the very fat percentage tends to go up. Okay, the muscle percentage in women tends to go down. I hope all of you are with me. So when we look at this scenario, that the fat percentage is going up, the muscle percentage is going down, and the bone density is going down, what are we exactly supposed to be doing? So a diet has to be changed a little bit, in the sense that we need to have a lot of anti-inflammatory foods. We need to have a plant-based diet. We need to have a diet which is holistic and healing, a healthy diet. Now, how do we get there? So, there are a lot of aspects which we really need to look into. First and foremost, the amount of carbs we take, the very quality and the quantity of the carbs, the proteins, our macronutrients, our micronutrients, the minerals, and the vitamins, everything over here, along with the water intake, our exercises, everything definitely needs to be looked into. So, precisely what I'm coming to is a lot of studies have supported the Mediterranean diet. Yeah, the Mediterranean diet is something which is a diet which is high in fruits and vegetables. It's got a lot of plant-based kingdom foods. So the cereal content could be definitely worked with, like one can offer quinoa, oats, rice, so that there's a lot of fiber intake. Gut cleansing is a mandate, because especially such women are prone to a lot of gut changes, where there is a lot of you know uh, cramping or flatulence or lack of digestion, all such scenarios, night flashes, then mood swings, vaginal dryness. So all these aspects need to be covered up. So our gut needs to be very strong. So here we put in a lot of fiber. The fiber intake has to be really high, and we need to focus on lean portions of meat. Definitely I would advocate sattvic food, that is no non-veg. But when we look at a particular category of fatty acids, omega-3, they're also present in salmon. So if one is eating fish from childhood, then one can go in for fatty fish twice in a week. We're looking at lean portions of non-veg. Otherwise, our total saturated fat should be less than 7%, so that we don't have high cholesterol at this point in time. Our total cholesterol intake needs to be low. Our total salt intake has to be low. Why so? Because there's a lot of water retention in such women when they're heading towards menopause. So salt needs to be limited as well. So a combination of a Mediterranean diet along with a DASH diet, which is something like a diet low in sodium, is the perfect combination. Now, as I mentioned, carbs, so go for high fiber carbs, work with quinoa, oats. And when it comes to proteins, we work with phytoestrogens, that is plant based estrogens. Those are found in foods like soy, tofu, tempeh. Yeah, these are, and edamame, if you know of these. So these are the ones which have those phytoestrogens, which really help women at this point in time. Now, besides this, when we talk about omega 3, we have nuts and oil seeds. So dry fruits like almonds and chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, all these are very, very rich on omega 3 fatty acids. So these definitely play a very, very vital role, for somebody who's heading towards menopause. Also, what we have to look into is that all these foods which we select have to be of a low glycemic index. Yeah, so every time we consume these, we are always looking at having natural foods, plant based foods, foods which are not canned, foods which are not processed, foods which are fresh, foods which have life, foods which have no class of preservatives added to them. All these are the things we definitely look into. And besides these keynotes, which I've just been mentioning, there's something which we definitely need to work with. There's a lot of mood swings happening in these kind of women. So, our vitamins are very important over here, especially vitamin B. When we talk about B6 and B12, they have a very significant role to play as far as mood swings go. So supplementation of vitamin B definitely keeps us away from depression, a lot of mood swings, especially during this phase. Yeah, and also it facilitates healthy gut microflora. Our gut biome is very, very important over here. It is very much challenged during this phase. So we definitely need to supplement ourselves with lot of B complex. Now, besides B complex, we also need vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, E, and K. Why do we need vitamin A? A lot of changes are happening at the level of the skin, the eyes, yeah, and also we need vitamin K to keep our bones healthy. So vitamin A, D, E, and K, all these are fat soluble vitamins. Yeah, they're all fat soluble vitamins, and B are water soluble. So when we talk about fat soluble vitamins, we definitely need A, as I said, D. So D would be sunshine vitamin. If somebody is not stepping out, even then, we need to get your levels and supplement yourself with vitamin D, E, and K. So Evion, again, in a very practical setup, I have worked with evening primrose oil. If not evening primrose oil, Evion 400, 600, when supplemented in cases who are heading towards menopause, definitely give them a lot of relief from anxiety, stress. Good sleep is required, so that takes care of that. Magnesium supplementation, calcium supplementation, all these go hand in hand. Yeah. So besides all this, sometimes what we generally do is we ask them to take handful of chia seeds, or pumpkin seeds, so that their magnesium is restored and calcium stores are taken care of. Now, besides this, lot of water, breath work, all this is imperative. So the quantity, the quality of food that we eat, the awareness in which we eat, you know, even our mood swings. Sometimes if there's a, like I had a patient who had sleepless nights. So every time she used to get up and she used to have nocturnal eating. So how we handle our emotions and food. Yes, is a lady moving towards this phase exercising or not? Is she even circulating her nutrients enough or not? Is she even having sufficient water or not? All these are the factors which take us a long way. Yeah, besides this, what I'd like to definitely say is, the very basic things which we know of in our kitchen, like turmeric, yogurt, with honey, or just turmeric in hot water with salt, or something like green tea. All these help the gut. So these could definitely be incorporated. Some basic things like ginger, garlic, yeah, all these could be worked with, like herbal kadhas or chamomile tea. All these help. And when it comes to our Indian Ayurveda, it's very rich. So it's given us something called as Shatavari. This Shatavari, when supplemented, uh, is proven very, very beneficial for ladies moving towards menopause. Also, there's something which is called as ashwagandha. So, ashwagandha supplementation also has proved very much beneficial for such cases. So, I believe one can definitely take charge, take control, work around all these kind of foods. Also, you all could see which are the superfoods besides the ones I've mentioned, in my other videos on YouTube. You all will, if you all check about videos on immunity, you all will realize that there are multiple berries, there are multiple citrus fruits, multiple superfoods and recipes which I have mentioned, which you all can work with in your kitchens to have best immunity. They work as immunomodulators and they help us work our way through with such phases. Yeah, so overall, probiotics, omega 3, B complex, not to forget. Yeah, working with millets, working with pea protein, working with soy. All these are safe bets, and studies and reviews, time and again, have only supported them and shown excellent results on cases by far. So, yeah, the takeaway message is, along with all this that I just mentioned, we need to definitely we need to work with our breath. Yeah, along with holistic eating, breath work is very, very important. How many of us, would just thank God before eating, or how many of us would just breathe deeply before we start taking our first morsel in awareness? Or how many of us, like just get up and, jump out of the bed and start exercising the first thing in the morning to just, combat the stress which we carry. We all do at different levels, but then we have to find modalities and ways to handle it. So if I personally am into breath work. So if somebody's taking a breath work, what we're doing is we're detoxifying all the chakras in our system. Yeah, right from the base till the top, there are all chakras. We are trying to detoxify those chakras. We are trying to vitalize those energy centers. And when we do that, the chakras activate all the organs in our system to secrete good, healthy hormones in the right proportions, which in turn gives us the best health. And when I talk about best health, I'm talking about emotional health, physical health, yeah, in totality, spiritual health. I'm talking about in totality. So definitely the pranayamas, the yogasanas, the breath work, along with the right food intake will take us, to higher leaps. with what we're looking at, like no depression, no mood swings, happy hormones, sustained vitality, no nutritional deficiencies, whatsoever. So right from nuts, oil seeds, probiotics, fiber, or our right quantity of carb intake, right quantity of protein and phytoestrogen intake, right quantity of our overall fat intake, water intake, good sleep. Besides all this, we definitely need to look into feeling happy from within. Yeah, the hormones in, see, we will be happy and we will keep everyone happy. So our happiness comes from where? It comes from looking inside. It doesn't come from looking anywhere out. We have to look inside. We have to meditate and look inside. Look at every day, say hello to it, strengthen it, revitalize it, so then we're happy, and then we can share our happy light with everyone around and let them glow as much in their own light. So yeah, I definitely believe in that. It's been almost 20 years that I'm practicing pranayam, and I've been reading a lot on Dr. Deepak Chopra and Doreen Virtue, and I've actually done a lot of those kind of meditations. So health is something which will not come from overemphasizing on a particular food or overemphasizing on a particular physical activity. It is a holistic approach. It's a multi-dimensional approach, and all these factors, when held on to, cohesively, will give us a beautiful impact on our overall lifestyle management. Yeah, Mita and many others here. Thank you once again for being here, being such patient listeners. I think what we can do now is we can keep the session open for question and answers. Probably we could just take up a few quick questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much, everyone, for I know it's late right now and everyone is listening to this very intently. You are welcome to ask questions. So you can unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat window, because we have a lot of people and we want to make sure that we give you, a chance to ask questions if there's specific questions you have. Anyone, please? This is a very important phase of our lives, ladies. We have to take care of ourselves, as Mehar is talking about. It's not that we put our kids out and now we forget about it. This is very, very important. So that's what Mehar is trying to say, and that's what we are trying to do. So if I don't see any questions, any comments, any feedback, how we can do better, we are trying to educate women. All right. So
we have some questions in the chat. What are the sources of vitamin K? Okay, so vitamin K is basically, going to support our bones, yeah, and also the regular good flow of blood. It comes from eating vitamin K, and vitamin K is very much found in greens. So your dark green leafy vegetables, when cooked with right quantities of fat and help it get absorbed readily, is a good source. So work with a lot of dark green leafy vegetables for your vitamin K. And vitamin K, along with your calcium, along with your vitamin D, will help support the skeletal system, the bones. So take the next question.
Yeah. So any other question? Okay. I think Madhu is trying to say something. Madhu, you want to say?
Okay, I can just read it. I am having little sleep issues as my sleep pattern is changing. What should I do? I do breath work as well as meditation, but it's not helping. Okay, so Neeru, what you could look at is you could also look at, along with your breath work, if you're still having sleepless nights, what you could look at is taking something like ashwagandha. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be helping different brands over here, but your question makes me want to guide you for the right. So you can definitely work with ashwagandha, yeah, and has a Yeah, I'm
So
just
this paneer instead of tofu, someone is asking.
Amita, can we mute them?
Yeah, can you please mute? Yeah.
Somebody's noise in the backdrop, no? And yeah, okay. Yeah, we have little silence now. So yeah, so ashwagandha is what you can look at, Neeru. You can work with ashwagandha, which is a very well-known adaptogen, which will keep your stress levels at bay, and it will keep you in a very calm state and put you at ease beautifully. Also, you could look at magnesium. Supplementation of magnesium also enhances, the formation of GABA, that's GABA aminos, which are very crucial for giving us good night rest. So yeah, definitely, you could take this and take it for probably 15 days and see the good effects. Yeah, other questions? Can we have paneer instead of tofu? So this question is by Pranali. Pranali, I would want to just reiterate that when we look at a phase like menopause or perimenopause, what we want in our body is phytoestrogens. So those are components of estrogen found in the plant kingdom, which, when supplemented, will benefit us. So when we look at something like paneer, it is devoid of those phytoestrogens. So you need to work with foods like tofu or soy, which will, or edamame. All these will give you the benefits which you need at your menopausal time, your phase, special phase. Okay, any other questions? Facing stress, okay, I understand, but not able to handle, what should I do? Okay, so Mona, I just like to say, there's not a single soul over here, Mona, which has not been exposed to stress. Yeah, all of us have stress in some intensity, in some degree, at some point in time. Now the whole thing is how we combat it. So as I said, besides all the superfoods which you may know, and I may have mentioned, or which you will come across when you see my other YouTube videos, what you can start doing is you start chanting, you start meditating, you start with breath work. You do something which resonates with your soul. It could be Zumba, it could be swimming, it could be dancing. You really have to find out what resonates with your soul, what keeps you happy, and work your way through. So definitely, all these things, like I just mentioned, shatavari, ashwagandha, these will help you. Or magnesium, which is found even in local bananas, homemade curd, which will keep your gut bacteria healthy. All these are there. But besides this, you need to give it a holistic approach. Go for long walks, be in Mother Nature. It really depends upon what is going to put you at ease, Parul. So you have to work your way through, and the solution is inside you. It's sitting inside you. It's just that you have to look inside and unleash that power. We all have it in there. It's for us to open and unleash and apply. All the best, Parul. Yeah. Other questions? Any other questions? How?
Yeah, there is one. It's she's asking how to do for irregular periods, starting with sporting for a couple of days and then go on for 10 to 15 days.
Correct. So this again could be helped with Shatavari. Shatavari is again available in the Himalayan brand name. And Shatavari, you can start with 2 tablets. These will they have a very cooling effect on the system, and they will help you even bring your menses into rhythm. So gradually you will see it falling into place. and it works wonderfully for cases like yours. I am not a Ayurvedic doctor, but because these plants, are there with India, and we as dietitians are definitely doing everything with plant kingdom. I am in total awareness of how patients react to this. So I am trying to help you out. Yeah.
So someone is asking, I have MS and body pain.
Okay.
It says, and then there is a question of Shatavari, how to have
Shatavari? Yes, so Shatavari can be had early in the morning, and preferably it can be had with a warm liquid. And it will really take you a long way with your hormonal, levels. It will work. It will help you work your way through beautifully as you touch menopause.
Okay, I think these are general questions. Any other pressing question before we wrap up? I think someone said instead of paneer, tofu, anything else,
Yeah,
you talked about the soy, right?
correct.
Anything else from anyone else before we wrap up the session? I see people are joining now. We are almost ready to wrap up. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's like almost 25 minutes up. So, yeah, I think, what they could do is probably if we can just wrap up now, and probably if they have some other questions, we can,
Yeah. So
individually.
I will, if you have questions, more questions, and then you can't think of, right now, I can give you my email. And in fact, if you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, I will also, I can add, right? And I'm not going to add Dr. Meher at all, but we can just, communicate. I'm giving you, my name is Amita, I'm giving you my email and my phone number. So if there is anything, but we're also launching programs to help women like this, very affordable, which I can send information later. But right now, what are your final thoughts, Mehar, before we wrap up?
There's one more question. I'm just trying to, read this. My wife.
Multivitamin, does it help in the?
Yeah, there's one more. There's one more before that. My wife is 45 years
Oh, yeah.
this time. And she has menstrual after every 4 months and is very painful. What to do? So I think what you could do is you could definitely work with a gynec in this scenario, and probably she'll put your wife on some oral medication which should help her sail through. There's one more question over here. Does any multivitamin
Multivitamins
help in this phase? Yeah, so when it comes to multivitamins, as I mentioned, that there's a whole lot of vitamins and minerals one needs to work with a balanced, healthy diet as well. Besides that, there are, immunomodulators like spirulina or wheatgrass powder or ginseng. So when one takes these, one is encompassing a lot of nutrients in that single dose. So definitely you can work with spirulina or wheatgrass or ginseng and take care of your overall immunity too. Okay, what is this? Yeah, I think that's about it. We've covered up.
That's about, I think that's about it, right? Anyone else has any question? Please
What
let
I
us
would
know.
what I would suggest is that everybody present here, I think most of them are also my patients. They would be knowing about the information out there, which is there for them as far as superfoods go, immunomodulators go on YouTube. So all of y'all can please go there and look at a lot of information which I have presented, in different setups and organizations, and update yourselves. Also, the people who are new here would like to share with them that I have a patients broadcast. So if you all personally want to be updated on any or every specific new nutritional information, feel free to just message to me on my WhatsApp one-on-one to add me. That is to add you in the broadcast. I shall very well take care of that, and you will be a part of the broadcast group. Yeah. So I guess whoever's new here can look into the YouTube, get a lot of info, can also be added to the broadcast if you feel the need to be updated every now and then. Yeah, I think we could wrap up, Amita. And I,
Yeah.
okay, I
So,
have one more question. Ma'am, also my daughter has extreme PMS. So is there any way, sometimes the way of bleeding also varies, sometimes 3 days, 5 to 7 in breaks. Is there a solution? So, ma'am, I think your name is Renu. You need to, take your daughter to the gynae, and you need to see what is going on with her, ovaries, because there are different things, which could be streamlined out of this kind of a scenario. It could be endometriosis, it could be PCOD. So you definitely need to go to a gynae and take the right medication which would help you besides all the nutraceuticals which I have just mentioned.
okay, so I think we can wrap up now. This is a great session. And any last thoughts before I wrap up from you, Mehar, before we wrap up today? This is great. So many people came at midnight at 10:30.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And yeah, I hope we've taken some little bit, from this gathering. And I hope everybody can apply it at their own level, in their own comfort and space to help themselves and many others around. Thank you, Amita. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you
Pleasure
so
being
much.
here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. God bless. And we take
Thank you.
we're just wrapping up, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks, Amita, again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to say that thank you everyone for being here. You need to take care of yourself. And that's what we are trying to do, is empower you, Indian women in this age group, so we can start taking care of ourselves, and then we take care of others. So that's what I'm trying to do, Nourish Talk is trying to do, and I'm so thankful for Mehar for joining me. So we can send you more information. I think we have your emails, and we can also get your WhatsApp number so we can add you. Thank you so much. Anything else? Please let us know. Thank you. Bye-bye.